Okay. So let's go into the class. But before that, let's do a quick recap of what we learned in the previous class. Right? So anybody remembers these pastimes? Like how did the name Kusum Sarovar come?
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Yes, yes, please. Go
So
ahead.
like Radharani, I think she was picking flowers with the Krishnas and the other gopis,
Mhm.
and then suddenly she dropped the basket, and the basket fell on a dirt pile.
Hmm.
Radharani was saying, "Oh, look at all these beautiful flowers gone to waste."
Hmm.
So Krishna said, "Don't worry, let's go to Yamuna and clean the flowers."
Yes.
As they were walking to Yamuna, Radharani said, This will take too long, and I have to go home." So Krishna took out his flute and drew on a lake, and then the lake turned to water, and then they watched the flowers in there, and then the lake was called Kusum Sarovar.
Hari Bol, so nice, excellent narration, Sonakshi ji. And then Krishna watched the flowers and said he's going to decorate Radharani's hair. And Radharani said she wanted a mirror, not to see
Yeah,
herself.
to look
Yeah.
at Krishna.
Yeah.
She was pointing that mirror at Krishna, not at herself.
Yes, yes, yes. Very good. Nice. Okay, so after that, we discussed this pastime. So this was when
Oh, I
Krishna.
remember.
Yes. So let's see if okay, Nitinji, you were not there, right? Do you remember this one?
I was not there.
Yes, yes. Your
I
hand is
remember.
raised. So yeah, Sonakshi ji, let's see if anybody else want to narrate. Otherwise, you can go ahead.
Okay.
So this is about Krishna's blanket.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Sonakshi ji.
So, like, Krishna, he was getting bored while taking care of the cows.
Hmm.
So he used his flute to call the gopis. But when he called them, the cows actually ran in the forest. So he went after them. When the gopis came there, they didn't see Krishna or his flute, just his blanket. And they wanted to play a game on Krishna. So the gopis kind of steal Krishna's blanket and hid it. So Krishna came back finding all the cows. He said, "Where's my blanket gone?" And then Krishna asked the gopis, "Have you seen my blanket?" One gopi said that the cow might have eaten. Another gopi says, "Dance for us and we will give it back to you."
Yeah.
Krishna went to Yashoda
Yeah. Yeah.
and asked her why the gopis were teasing him
Yeah.
like that.
Yes, yes. Very good. So nice. And Rupa Goswami has written a good song about describing all this pastime. So that's where the story is coming from. And then we discussed this story.
I remember.
Okay, so Nakshiji is a star today. Please go ahead.
So like Radharani wanted to see Vishnu. Like Krishna said that he was Vishnu. He turned to his Vishnu form.
Yes.
Radharani wanted to feel Krishna's legs. She thought they were so gentle, like a newborn baby's legs.
Right,
She
right.
wanted to put those legs on her chest, but then she thought it might hurt the Krishna.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, so she just was touching them.
Yes. Very
And then
good.
like Krishna, like you said, Krishna can make his legs go like into different supreme powers, like hard as rock or soft as cotton.
Very good.
Radharan, yeah.
Very good.
Radharani wanted to put them on her chest, but she thought they would hurt Krishna's legs because they're so gentle.
Very good. Okay.
Ooh.
So this is the last story. Oh, this is not the last story. So this is about,
No, we read this one.
yes. Ayana, do you want to say about that?
I don't think I remember the full one.
Oh,
I think I remember.
okay. 1 sec. Let me try to give a clue. See if Ayana can remember. So Kutila and Jatila always complain that
Yeah,
Krishna
and
is meeting.
Food was in Radharani's room
Yeah,
when they checked,
yeah.
and then they were like, "Oh, see, Krishna is here. He was here." And then they wanted to expose Radharani, but then
Purnamasi.
Purnamasi, she said it was raining fruits. And like the other day, and then they were like, "What? No, that's silly. Krishna only has a flute." And then they went to check
Jatila's house.
Jatila's room or house.
Yeah, Jatila's room, and Jatila had 3 flutes.
Yeah.
And then
Kutila had 6 flutes in her
Yeah.
room. So they understood that it was raining flutes.
Okay. Yes. So this was the final pastime.
Yeah, I remember this one. It was about the swing where Krishna made it.
Yeah, and Krishna made the swing very high so that he can embrace Radharani. And then all the gopis came when Krishna was taking Radharani and putting her on the swing, and
then they started laughing.
Yes, yes. Okay, so that brings us to today's class. So this is about Lord Shiva, who is a great devotee of Krishna. He wanted to be part of the dance that Krishna danced with the gopis. You know, Lord Shiva is a great dancer, right? So you have seen in Bharatanatyam that Ayana goes to learn, she actually sings a prayer to Lord Shiva because he is a great dancer before she starts. So so he wanted to be part of this wonderful dance that Krishna dances with the gopis. He expands himself with all the gopis and dances. But when he came to the place where the Ras dance happened, he was not let inside because it was said that only male allowed in that place was Krishna. Everybody has to be a gopi and a female. So Lord Shiva was very sad. He really wanted to see the dance because he's a dancer and he wanted to be part of it. So while he was very sad and praying, you know, Krishna's Yoga Maya potency is Purnamasi. So she came and said, you know, I have a plan. What you can do is go to Brahma Kund. So just like Shyam Kund and Radha Kund, there's a place called Brahma Kund. Go take a dip in that water and you will become a gopi, and then you can go and sit where this happens, where the rasa dance happens. You would be able to enter and you can just go sit on a little pond and watch everything that's happening. So then Lord Shiva took the dip and he got converted to a gopi. That's the picture you see here on the right. He became a little gopi. You see the little moon on his head, and he was sitting on the banks of a river just to watch Krishna and gopis dance. And while the dance, Radharani and Krishna came when the time was appropriate, and all the gopis came and they were dancing. But the gopis were saying, hey, today it seems a little different. We're not getting the same happiness we get when we dance with you. It seems as if somebody is watching us who is not supposed to be here. And then they were looking everywhere and everybody started searching and they found this little gopi, and they asked her, which house are you coming from? We have never seen you. What's your name? What's your father-in-law's name? What's your husband's name? And they keep asking a lot of questions, and little gopi started to cry because Lord Shiva didn't have all these answers. And then they understood this is not a real gopi, and they started touching the cheek and saying, why did you do that? Why did you come here? And the poor gopis cheeks, because everybody was asking her questions and hitting her cheek like that, it became swollen. And then Purnamasi came and said, being very merciful, said, oh, please don't do anything to that gopi. That gopi asked me what to do, and he's actually Lord Shiva who has come. And then Krishna gave a boon to Lord Shiva, as his name would become Gopeshwar. So everybody who has to enter Vrindavan has to first pray to Gopeshwar, Gopeshwar Mahadev, and then come into Vrindavan. Then only they can get access to all Krishna's pastimes. So there is a temple even today where, this on the right is Lord Shiva's Shivaling, decorated as a gopi, and see he's wearing a frock or a nice dress, the blue dress. Usually Lord Shiva is worshipped as a male, but in this Gopeshwar temple, Lord Shiva is worshipped as a female gopi, and it is in Uttar Pradesh, and this temple looks like this from the outside. And the inside you have marble and this deity. So when you go to Vrindavan, and if you hear about Gopeshwar Mahadev, then you know the story of Lord Shiva coming to see his Supreme Lord Krishna's dance. Okay. Now, any questions on that story of Gopeshwar Mahadev? Okay, then we'll go into the next story. So this is a story of Krishna putting nice mascara or kajal on Radharani's eyes. Now, why would Krishna do that? Because the gopis are there to decorate Radharani. So why did Krishna do that? So let's find out. So one day, the gopis were all sitting together and they were decorating Radharani. Radharani is very beautiful, and they were all collecting a lot of flowers. Then all the jewelry they were putting on Radharani, and the last thing they had to do was to put the kajal or mascara on Radharani's eyes. But at that instant, when they were going to decorate her eyes, Krishna started playing the flute. Now, Radharani wants to look beautiful for Krishna, but when Krishna plays the flute, she can't think about anything else. She didn't want to finish her dressing. She just stood up and ran in the direction of the sound of the flute to go see Krishna or meet Krishna. Now, Krishna was playing the flute, and all the gopis and Radharani, they were searching for the sound where it's coming from, and they found Krishna. And when they found Krishna, Krishna was so happy to see Radharani. She took Radharani and put her on a pedestal of roses and was looking at her. And then he saw that Radharani's eyes weren't decorated with kajal. And he was asking, hey, all of you decorated her. What happened to the mascara you were supposed to put on Krishna's eyes? On Radharani's eyes. And then all the gopis said, oh, Krishna, when Radharani heard you play the flute, she didn't wait for us to... Oh, no crying. Okay, so he said, Radharani said, oh, well, all the gopis said, sorry, she didn't wait for the kajal to be put on her eyes. She just ran, and then Krishna was so happy to hear how much Radharani liked him, and she just didn't care about anything but to go see him. And then Krishna said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I will put kajal on Radharani's eyes." So that is what Krishna is doing on the right picture. He is putting the nice black mascara on Radharani's eyes. So this is the pastime where Krishna puts kajal on Radharani's eyes. Okay. Any questions on that pastime? Okay. Now, there's this other pastime where we discussed about how the gopis were picking up flowers. Sorry, Sonakshi ji, do you have a question?
I was what
Sorry, you're on mute, Sonakshi ji. Can't hear
what
you.
did Krishna put on Radharani's eyes?
Yeah, it's called kajal, or you know the black mascara that mascara that girls put on their eyelids to make it look beautiful and also to protect the eyes. So that is what Krishna put on Radharani.
I know that.
Yes, yes. Very good. So this is a pastime where Krishna was in the forest looking for Radharani and the gopis. And the Radharani and the gopis were picking up flowers for different worship of Krishna and all other reasons. They pick up flowers. They were picking up flowers from the forest, all these beautiful flowers, and they finished all their flower picking, and then they were ready to go back. But it was not time yet to go back to Barsana, where Radharani is. She wanted to see if she can meet Krishna, so she was roaming around in the forest after they finished picking up flowers. So they were walking around with an intense desire to see Krishna. And then they see a gardener, and who is kind of weeding and also putting manure so that the flowers would grow. So just a gardener in the forest. And they asked, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am Vanamali." Vana means forest and or garden, and Mali means the person who takes care, who owns this garden. And I'm Vanamali, and all of you are not doing the right thing because you are plucking my flowers and you're not even asked my permission. So the gopis started fighting with the gardener. How can this gardener be the owner of this forest? And then Lalita and Vishaka said, Radharani is the owner of this whole forest because she's known as Vrindavaneshwari. So since she's the queen of Vrindavan, she owns it. And then the gardener said, she might own this place, but I am the one who's taking care of the flowers, so I own this. And then Lalita and Vishaka, who were the ones who were talking to this gardener, suddenly understood this gardener is none other than Krishna, and they were keeping quiet. But Radharani didn't get it yet, so she was still wondering who this gardener is, why is he saying that, and she started talking to the gardener, arguing with the gardener about why they can take flowers from the forest. And then suddenly she saw the flute of Krishna. And then she declared to Lalita and Vishaka and all the other gopis, this is not Vanamali, this is Vanavihari. Vanavihari means one who enjoys the forest. That's another name for Krishna. So she said, you're not Vanamali, you're Vanavihari. So Those two names are Krishna's names from this pastime. Okay. So any questions on that pastime? If not, we'll discuss our last story for today and then go to the Kahoot quiz. Okay, so this is the story where Krishna dresses up or disguises himself as a Brahmana boy and who is begging for alms. So alms spelling is ALMS, meaning you beg for either food or money, because Brahmins are supposed to be taken care by other people in the society, because they're 24/7 praying to God, learning the scriptures, making sure others understand the scriptures, or praying for others. So the culture at that time was to take care of Brahmana. So whenever they come, the householders used to give food or money so that the Brahmanas can sustain themselves. So this Brahmana boy came. So it's actually Krishna, and his intention for coming was to see Radharani. Again, Radharani was not wanting to see Krishna because she was angry, like transcendental anger. It's called mana. So she had mana for Krishna, where Krishna was being too playful, and Radharani sometimes get upset. And that's all part of the pastime, right? So Radharani didn't see Krishna for some time, but Krishna really wanted to see Radharani, so he's coming in the guise of a Brahmana boy, asking for alms. So he's knocking at the door, and this is actually Kutila's house. So Jatila, Kutila, Abhimanyu is Radharani's husband in quotes. And
the woman in the picture?
so we'll talk about it. So he's just knocking at this time. So when Krishna is knocking the door and saying Bhikshan Dehi, Kutila hears it, but Kutila was actually tending to the cows, and she didn't take a bath yet because she was making cow dung cakes. So in those times, they used to take the cow dung and make it into cow dung patties, and then they use it for either putting it in the house because very antiseptic, or they even burn it for fuel. So there are many uses of these cow dung cakes. So she was really dirty working on these cow dung cakes with Jatila. So Jatila and Kutila couldn't come to take care of this Brahmin boy. So this Brahmin boy shouted, "Oh, I'm going from here. With or without any bhiksha you are going to give me." And then Jatila got very nervous, because if a Brahmin boy is not given something from the house, it is very it brings bad fortune for the house, because Brahmins have to be taken care by those in the house. So Jatila came and said, "Radha, you have to go. And because we are not." Then Radharani said, "Okay, I will go." And then Radharani came, and then she bought a nice platter of nice grains and vegetables for this Brahmin boy. And then she saw a flute, and then she understood who this is. And then Krishna said, "I don't want any of those. All I want is your mana or your anger towards me. Just give me that. I'm just begging for that." And Radharani lifted up her veil and smiled. So her anger was gone towards Krishna, and Krishna came to beg to remove that anger, and he took the anger away from her, and everybody was happy. And Krishna could see Radharani also, and Radharani could see Krishna. So that is this pastime of Krishna coming as a Brahmin boy, as a begging, with a begging bowl to take away Radharani's anger. Okay, there ends our stories for today. So we can go to the Kahoot now if there are no other questions.
I have a question.
Yes.
I was occupied when you were telling the story of Krishna putting the
Kajal.
gel, on Radharani's eye. What happened?
Oh, it's just why did Krishna put Kajal on Radharani's eyes was what we said. It is because when Krishna called, she just left everything and went to see Krishna. So I don't know has joined IDK, but definitely whoever that is knows how to join Kahoot. We only have one. Okay, Ashmita ji has joined and Santosh ji has joined. The pin is 6541563. And I can't even pronounce his name. It is Sigislug FCK. This is like somebody just typing some letters. There's Krishna who has joined. Then there's Ice Queen. Okay, everybody has some kind of a pseudonym. Radha Chaitraji has joined. Okay, looks like we have a full crew. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, who was the male Devata who wanted to be part of the Rasa dance? Brahma, Indra, Shiva, Varuna. Oh my goodness, you're all so fast. Fast fingers. I couldn't even finish reading and you all answered, and very good. Except one person typed in Indra. Okay, Purnamasi told Lord Shiva to take a dip in Dash Pond to become a gopi. Brahma Kund, Radha Kund, Surabhi Kund, Shyam Kund. Yes, Brahma Kund. These are little ponds in Vrindavan. Okay, what boon did Krishna give Lord Shiva before Lasa Leela? So Lord Shiva will get the same Gopeshwar. All of you got that right. I couldn't even finish reading. So Lord Shiva will get the name Gopeshwar. All devotees who wishes to enter must first get mercy of Gopeshwar, and Gopeshwar can see Ras dance. So answer is all of the above. Very good. Oh, look at that. Santoshji is in first place. Then comes I don't know, who's just about 30 points less. Then Ice Queen, who's 60 points less than Krishna, who is just 4 points less than Ice Queen, and then CJ, who is 1852. So all of you are doing great, and Santoshji is on fire. Okay, fourth question. Why did Srimati Radharani not allow gopis to put Kajal on her eyes? She didn't like Kajal. She did not want to dress up. She heard Krishna's flute. She was allergic to Kajal. Okay, all of you got that right. Means I got 2 points today. 6 out of 6. Okay, who did Krishna call himself? What did Krishna call himself when he disguised as a gardener? Govinda, Madhava, Murari, Vanamali. Yes, Vanamali. Madhava is the month that we are in, and the bhajan we sang was about Madhava. Yes, but Vanamali is the right answer. Good job. Okay, close competition between Santoshji and I don't know and Krishna. Then Radha Chaitra Ice Queen, and Krishna has a streak of 5 in a row. Okay, What did Radharani call Vanamali when she understood he was Krishna? Radhakanta, Madan Mohan, Vana Vihari, Keshava. Yes. Vana Vihari. Vihari means the person who enjoys the forest, not a person who takes care of the forest, as in Vanamali. So Radharani was teasing Krishna that you are the enjoyer. Actually, Krishna is the enjoyer, and we are all the enjoyed. So if we all try to make Krishna happy, he'll be happy, and we'll also be happy. Okay. Okay, Santosh Ji is in first place. Then I don't know, and then Krishna, Radha Chaitra Ji, Ice Queen. Okay, next question. Second last question. What did Krishna say he's going to leave Kutila's house when he came disguised as a Brahmin beggar? So why did Krishna say he's going to leave? He didn't like the house. Nobody gave alms to him for a long time. He was expecting a lot of money from Kutila. He wanted to curse Kutila. Yes. Oh my goodness. All 7 answered this question. So we have all of you finally participating in the second last question. Very good. And all of you got it right. Oh, I don't know has taken the lead now. Then there's Krishna and Santosh Ji and Radha Chaitra Ji and Ice Queen. Okay, last question for today. What did Krishna ask for as alms from Radharani? Her mana or anger, money, gold, prasadam. Okay, he asked for her anger so that her anger will get removed from her and she smiled to him. Okay, let's see who's on the podium. Third place goes to Santosh Ji. Second place goes to Krishna. And first place goes to, I don't know. And then fourth place goes to Radha Chaitra Ji and fifth, Ice Queen. But all of you are winners. And who is I don't know? Is it Nitin Ji? Wow. Welcome back. And you came out in flying colors. So it looks like Krishna really wanted to have you back to give you this big prize today. So thank you all for joining. Vancha kalpatarupascha kripa sindhupya evacha patitanam pavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious week and pray to the Lord. And we will meet again next week, next Saturday. And if you can, please start chanting on the beads. It'll always help you. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Something happened. It's not working properly. Okay, Hare Krishna, everyone. I don't know if you heard me. But
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. All of you have a great week.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.